YouTube, how's it going? Nick Theriot here. What's happening? Kind of like this direct angle I have with you guys. But look, what's happening? Hope you guys are doing great. Today I have an exciting new video. We are going to discuss cutting through the noise and how cutting through the noise can exponentially scale your growth inside of ecom. And it's something that I think is kind of more of a mindset video that a lot of people I see struggle, including me. So with that being said, before we get started, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button for new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And let's dive into it, guys. So one of the biggest things as a ecom person, and at least starting your brand, let's say for example you start pushing some spin, a little bit of spin, start running a little bit of ads, start validating your brand, validating your product and stuff like that, is there's a lot of noise in the market. Okay, you have this person right here talking about ABO, this person right here talking about CBO, you got this person right here talking about UGC, you got this person right here talking about dynamic creative testing, you got this person right here talking about lookalikes. And look, honestly guys, it's definitely something that can become very frustration, because you have all of these different like sources of information across the internet, and it becomes very difficult to cut through the noise and pick out one to follow. And I want to give you guys a little analogy. So I'm really big into fitness. I'm very, very passionate about it. More of like the bodybuilding kind of gym niche and everything like that. And there's a lot of different diets that circulate around. There's keto, there's, vegan, there's macro counting, there's calorie counting, there's a bunch of different diets. There's also a bunch of different workouts. There is CrossFit, there's bodybuilding, there's going run, there's just going to play sports and being athletic and stuff. And a lot of these diets plus workouts can get the desired results that people want. So what I mean by that is all of them can get that, majority of all of them can get that desired raw results of a low body fat percentage, healthy, muscular physique. Let's just say that. Majority of them, not all of them, but majority of them. And the key thing here is that all of them do it. It doesn't really matter which one you follow. But in order to get there, you have to pick one and commit to it. Okay. So that's the biggest thing, is there's a lot of different strategies out there, but in order for one to work, you need to pick one and commit to it. Okay. Every time you test a new strategy, that's like a week of learning it, 2 weeks of learning it. You start testing around, fumbling around, playing with it, wasting a little bit of spin. Oh, it didn't work. Let's go choose another one. Do that. Doesn't work. Go choose another one. Okay. So you keep doing this over and over and over, and you just don't get anywhere. Okay. And I was the same way in ecom. I fumbled around with a lot of different strategies to the point now where it's like I took a step back and realized at scale what I'm trying to accomplish and what is the most effective way I can get there. Okay. So I chose my diet essentially, and I'm committing to that, and that's what's allowed me to scale and spin I think we're close to about $8 to $9 million in revenue cumulative total between all of our brands, somewhere around a 2 to 3x return. Like 3x return on ad spend. So, and that's nothing. There's people out there spend $100 million a year, $200 million, $100 million a year. There's brands spending $100 million a year, but there's people out there spending $100 million, a year on Facebook ads. That's the reality of it. So it's really nothing compared to some people. So, but what's allowed me to go past that $1 million mark was picking to a strategy and sticking with it. So let's take a step back. Let's kind of focus now on what exactly I'm talking about, because I don't want this just to be a big theoretical video and it completely fall over your head. So for me, as an intro to ecom, I remember I was doing a lot of these just random campaigns inside of an ad account. And it was just like every time the sense of just creating a new campaign and using the same creative, same audiences over and over, just like it, I don't know why, I just kept like chasing this dream that's going to magically pop off some new great compelling results. Maybe one a bid cap, maybe one a cost cap, maybe one CBO, one ABO, maybe one every now and then with some lookalikes, every now and then some interest and stuff like that. I kept repeating the same actions over and over, and I was essentially pushing a dead horse because I didn't realize at the time what was driving performance and what gave that initial performance increase. And that comes down to the creative and the messaging, creative and messaging. Now, don't get me wrong, audience and the campaign structure to a degree does play an effect to that. And this is also assuming you have a great product. So we only work with brands at a certain level because we want to make sure that their product has somewhat validated before we step into their business, or it's burning money faster than you could think. So if they have a validated product, then we can step in and scale them fairly quickly because we know exactly what needs to happen. So first things first is you need a dedicated scaling campaign inside your ad account. We've been using CBO, have a dedicated campaign. So we have one campaign, top of funnel, run a CBO in it, start off at 5, or start off with a comfortable spend you can spend every day regardless of performance. I tell our clients we need at least $100 a day to spend regardless of performance because it gives us something to work with here. We'll put in one best performing audience and we'll put in 2 or 3 best performing ads inside of there. And then what we'll do is we'll simply duplicate that audience, that ad set, and we'll put a little spin to it with a new audience, test that audience. If it doesn't work, kill it, toss another one in, and we'll spin up to our AOV. AOV is $300. We're spending $300. If it's $100, we're spending $100. So once the lifetime spend on that particular audience is at that, we cut it off. If it's not profitable, leave it on if it's profitable. If we leave it on it's profitable, we're going to test our next audience, and we're going to build up a few key audiences inside that CBO. Again, I have videos on this, $180,000 in 30 days. I think I have like 20 something thousand dollars in 7 days. These are recent videos just uploaded to the channel. So next thing is lately I've been starting a new campaign and just calling it creative testing campaign. I take my best performing audience and just keep putting new ads in it. And once the lifetime of that new ad reaches 1x our AOV and it's not profitable, I'll kill it. If it's profitable, I kill it and move into my scaling campaign. Simple as that. I'm just running through new ads. Okay. What that does is allows us to test a lot of ads. We keep building up this scaling campaign with a lot of creative and ads and stuff that works, which builds up our arsenal. So that's our strategy. That's how we increase spend, because as you test new creatives, as you keep killing things that's not working and sprouting new spawn, you're going to see that ROAS shoot up. ROAS shoots up. You're going to start pushing that spend 20% every day. Easy as that. There's been in times where I aggressively scale, and the only time I aggressively scale is if I'm seeing like 2 to 3 times higher ROAS than I'm shooting for. So if I'm shooting for a 2x inside of Facebook, and I'm getting a 4.5, I'm doubling that budget, and I'm just duplicating that campaign at a higher budget to do that. So if it's okay, hey, it's doing good, but now we're like, it still needs to be a little bit better, just increasing by 20% and pushing more. So that's my ad account. That's it. And gonna have videos on that structure and stuff like that. But why I want to take a step back and just kind of elaborate on that for you, because that's my diet, essentially. My diet is that ad account's really simple, really easy to manage. I'm not looking for these crazy bid caps, cost caps, and these crazy things. I'm keeping it very straightforward, very simple, easy to manage. And what's going to happen is that you're going to find yourself 1 to 2 times a week loading in new ads to test, and you're going to spend 5 minutes a day to manage it. So guess what? Your 6-7 hours that you're spending every day trying to do all these crazy things in the ads manager is going to condense down now to 5 minutes a day. Now you're going to sit down at your desk bored as shit. You're going to be bored as shit, and you're going to try to like go screw something up in the ad account because you're like, oh my God, I got to do something to improve performance. Now, here's where that paradigm shift happened for me. And I don't know when it'll happen for you. I hope it's after this video, but it may take a little time before you fully get it. And that's okay. We all learn at different rates. And maybe eventually, like I said, it's something I didn't get at first. So I'm saying it's based off experience. I'm not judging anyone like that. I'm saying literally I didn't get it at first. Then I finally just had that aha moment and realized what I was doing was completely wrong by sitting in my ad account every day and day trading essentially. So now my new paradigm, I'm like, okay, ad account's done. I have 7 hours and 55 minutes the rest of the day. What else can I do to improve performance? And the next biggest thing is creating a batch of high quality creatives. Creatives with your product that's going to sell. High converting creatives. Now, a problem many people have right now that watch this channel is that when they go create new creatives, they spend 5 minutes quickly doing it, tossing them to the ads manager, and it doesn't work. Big agencies will spend 40 to 80 hours on a creative before they launch an ads manager. But guess what? They have extreme high confidence that's going to work, and it works 95% of the time. They spend a ton of time in that one creative. Imagine one video ad spending 40 to 80 hours into it. Look at a commercial on TV. They get that one chance to make this really compelling commercial. Hundreds of thousands of dollars to go into it. Look at a Super Bowl commercial. Imagine spending $2.34 million in a Super Bowl commercial. Yep, 30 seconds to get that right. So I'm not saying you need to spend your whole week creating one video ad. I'm just saying that, hey, now your rest of your week, spend it on creating a batch. Let's just say you commit to 3 new creatives a week or 6 new creatives a week. Every week, like a clock, 6 new creatives turn out. Boom, boom, boom. That's 24 new creatives a month. 24 new creatives backed with a few hours now of research and understanding your demographic and testing things based off research is now put into those creatives. And all of a sudden your performance starts shooting up. And that's where I had my aha moment. Because I sat back and I said, okay, Nick, last 6 months, I've had 2, maybe 3 particular times I can note down on my notepad of just huge spikes in performance for clients. I'm like, okay, Nick, what did I do to get that performance? Like, what was that spike? Was it a new audience? And I was like, well, no. In fact, actually, the last 6 months, I've been spending just rolling in over and over and over the same creative with like new audiences, things like that. That's it. New structures, everything. Then I was like, okay, well, what was the key things that really exploded out of that? I was like, well, on that day, I put a new creative inside of the account. Like, okay. And big performance shot up. Tested some new copy, new angle. Oh, and that day for that account, yeah, new creative, new offer, new campaign. But like a new campaign is a marketing campaign with a specific agenda, not just a new campaign in the ad account. And that right there is what led to 95% of my success with Facebook ads compared to the other 5% that was just turning over and over, just playing around with ad account strategies and things like that. Because realistically, that does nothing. It has some level of effect, don't get me wrong. But when you look at what's going to give you 80% of your performance, it's going to be creative. The other 20% will be ABO, CBO, bid cap, cost cap. You know, can you scale with 20, like by increasing the budget 20% a day or doubling it? Like those things right there, just little. Creative though, that's a whole new ball game that a lot of people that follow this channel aren't playing yet. And majority of the reason why is because they don't know. And that's okay, because again, I've been there. Like my first client, like literally every time they made an Instagram post, I would take it, put it in the ad account and scale it. Now, if I look back at another one of my clients, I tried that exact strategy, didn't work. And I was like, I don't know how to do ads. It's not that I didn't know how to do ads. It's just my strategy was not set up for success. Now my strategy is, what type of creative can I create to get people to take an action? There's 3 key things about a good creative. It grabs attention, it creates desire, and it's a reason to take action now. You keep doing that over and over and over, regardless if you're on TikTok, YouTube ads, Snapchat ads, Google ads, Facebook ads. It's the same 3 core principles that's been established since the 60s in some of the older copywriting books. Newspaper, radio, television, social media. It's the same 3 things. Grab attention, create desire, reason to take action now. That's what I'm trying to master. Long-term version of me. Being a very, very good expert in those 3 fields to where I can go ahead and step into any brand and really be able to help them out with those 3 core principles. Because that's going to yield you much higher results than, hey, Nick, ABO or CBO? And don't get me wrong, it's okay to ask that. It is okay to ask that if you're consistently pushing out new creative and you consistently got all your ducks in a row, it's okay to axe that because you're just looking for those extra 5 to 10% optimizations. But it's the accounts that are very, very struggling very, very hard, and they're been on a very harsh decline the last 6 months. I'm like, all right, hey, like, what's going on? How can I help you? Like, man, I just don't know if I need to do AB or CBO. Performance has been horrible last 6 months. I'm like, okay, cool. Let's take a look at everything. Put some new creative in there. A creative? No. Why would I do that? So, like, looking at those things right there, testing new things like that. So that's been a big thing for me, is that I cut through the noise. I identified a strategy I can just consistently follow. And then now it's paying dividends for me and my clients as we help them. And because we have a proven way to go about it. And you see, now I'm cut through the noise of all these different crazy things to, okay, here's what I need to do. I'm laser focused on it. This is going to open up a whole new set of problems. So now I'm not worried about AB or CBO. That's all behind me. Now I'm looking at, okay, should I do UGC? Or should I do a storytelling creative? Should I use this hook? Like, I'll pull up 3 different hooks for a video, and I'm like, okay, which hook yields the best performance for that video? Let's say, for example, it's, okay, do I want to focus on the hook, or do I want to focus on the other 95% of the video? What's going to do the best at grabbing attention and selling people on this product? So I'm looking at higher level plays in the business now from a creative standpoint and a strategy standpoint versus things that don't really have much weight. And you see, it then involves a whole new set of problems you have to overcome. And again, that's something I'm gonna cover more on this channel, of then making higher level decisions. For creative, okay, hey, what are the key creatives we need to put inside this ad account? Testimonials, UGC, us versus them, unboxings, like what's all the core things we need to have, different things to handle objections and stuff like that. Like, that's a very, very meaty topic right there, and that's something I thrive on, something I love to talk about. So, and that's more comments to this channel for that. So going back to the topic of this video, just to sum everything up, have a set strategy for your ad account, how you manage it and stuff like that, and stay resilient and stay consistent on sticking with that same strategy, tweaking it very minor if you need to, and focusing on what actually creates results inside of an ad account. Because as you continue to thrive and get better at that, you're gonna see results shoot up and you'll be able to scale faster with your store. So really hope you guys enjoyed this video. A little bit more kind of like mindset talking and everything like that, but really hope y'all enjoyed it. So again, if you're an e-com business and you're checking out the channel and stuff like that, and you're doing at least $25,000 per month in revenue, make sure you click the link below to book a call with me and my team. We'll jump on a call, help you out with strategy. We'll help stores scale 6 and 7 figures per month. We'll do a strategy session with you, and you can take that strategy and run with it, or you have the option to work with us if you choose. Now, that being said, if you're doing less than 25K a month, stick around on the channel because there's nothing more but heat coming to help you scale. Majority of people that work with us, they work with us because they literally just are so busy. They don't have time to be worried about this marketing stuff, and they need to outsource to a trusted partner, and that's where we come and play. So thank you all so much for watching. Make sure that like button, hit that subscribe button for new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Thank you guys so much for checking in. Talk to you guys later. Peace.